All right. A very good day, students. Today we are going to touch upon something important which I believe all the students should be understanding. Before I take you to the content of today's discussion, I would like to introduce our AKS Commerce Academy. We started this institution with an objective of helping students across India alongside the students who are nearby who can take up classes for offline in our branch. So today I'm going to touch upon an important understanding which I believe every student should be having. We teach students for foundation at AKS Commerce Academy, precisely social science and English, commerce as a whole for 11th and 12th, accountancy, economics, and business studies primarily. Then humanities subjects for 11th and 12th, economics, political science, history, geography, sociology, English, all these we teach students offline. Now, if you have any query or concern with regard to how we are going to take up the chapters, what would be the methodology of our teaching, how you are able to going to cover up your syllabus, everything related which usually comes up in the minds of the students, I'm going to help you understand. Also urge you or appeal you, you can connect us on this particular number so that we will be able to help you further on this. Now, let me take you to the next part. Now, you should be knowing of your teachers. This is very important for all of you. Let us see the point of discussion that we are going to make today. Let me tell you, I'm excited to be an accountancy teacher. This is very close to me. When I do so, I feel so happy teaching students precisely accountancy. Online lecture plan, the way we are structured to help the students to learn online. Testing ecosystem that we are following so that students are not only taught but they are put to an ecosystem of testing themselves. How much you know is not important. How good you are at answering what you know, the way the questions are asked, is important from your scoring perspective. So it is very important for you to understand the testing ecosystem. Then parent teacher meeting at AKS Commerce Academy, how we do that and how we have planned to do that. I'll help you understand that. Now, let me also tell you what is available so far on my channel. Students can have easy access to the recorded videos for their and for enhancing their learning. These are all available there on my channel, which is AKS Commerce Academy. You should be knowing your teacher, right? Who is going to teach you. So let me, introduce myself. I'm Ashwini Kumar Sinha. I started teaching accountancy in 1996. It's a long back in 1996, wherein I started teaching students accountancy. So it's a very long back time. Many of the students who are now studying in 12th standard, then perhaps their parents were in 12th standard. Uh, till 2000, I taught the students across, particularly in Delhi. Then coming to the next, so I started working after that in corporates for 23 years in various sectors. Now, I worked in education sector for almost 13 years, where out of the 23 years of my total working. So these 13 years in education sector, which I wanted to be during 96 to 2000 when I started up and I was teaching students, I thought of, but situationally I got into other sectors. But later in 2010, when I happened to get an opportunity in education sector, I started doing that. And then I got a platform wherein I could interact with the students across India. I could interact with the parents, happen to know about the students' expectation, parents' expectation, the questions which happens to be in the tender minds with regard to the way they can structure their studies, they can structure their academic, they can structure their career. All these years wherein roughly a lakh of students starting from Kashmir down south Kanyakumari, northeastern states till Maharashtra, I have been able to connect with the students and talking to them and helping them. This was a great learning experience. which put me to a situation wherein I could interact with thousands of students across and help them. Now, coming to the next, I started teaching on my own for almost now 1 year, little more than 6 months now, close to closing 1 year. And this has been again connecting the thought process that I have had prior, now carrying on with the academics further, precisely in teaching. I teach students both in Hindi. I'm comfortable in talking to the students in Hindi. Alongside, I also can talk in English exclusive. There are certain set of students in southern parts of India where they do not happen to understand Hindi. And since I was posted there, so I got habitual of talking to them. And now I can deliver lecture, which I have been doing as well in English. And English, certain set of northern parts of India, students prefer to go English. That's a normal talking language in northern parts of India. So I can talk in that as well. So I teach students both English as well. Now I have uploaded videos for helping students for class 11th in English so far, and 12th in Hindi for accountancy subject on my channel AKS Commerce Academy. So very soon I'll be coming up for 11th Hindi as well and 12th English as well, so that it is complete. Language then should not be barrier. Any student who would like to understand in any of the languages as per his preference or her preference can take up studies, and that should not come as a barrier to them. I hope this is clear. Now, I would appeal all of you to visit my AKS Commerce Academy, wherein you will find the two separate playlists. One, which is for 11th, wherein only English teaching accountancy in English language is done. And the other playlist is for 12th accountancy, where teaching exclusively in Hindi is done. Teaching, when I say it, is mode of lecture. Now, let me take you to the next part. Uh, this is precisely accountancy lecture plan, which I would like to touch upon, because students, they need to understand this is July month, and board is likely to be in the month of March end or April. Now leave that March month aside. So our focus should be to finish up with 12th syllabus by 31st January max. This should be the aim of students, because unless you happen to do that, the count of subtopics that you experience while preparing for accountancy, you will see a very large number of subtopics are there, and remembering them cumulatively from conceptual perspective and taking it to application perspective is not so easy unless you have done multiple revisions. So finishing up syllabus, alongside finishing up, there should be revision. Alongside revision and finishing up, you should move on with your preparation for the subject and aim for finishing it up by 31st of January, because this is very, very essential. Because unless you have done 4 to 5 times repetition or revision of what you have learned in various headings and subheadings all throughout the year, it may not have otherwise the desired outcome in your performance in exam. I hope this is understood. Therefore, not only as a teacher, I should have a plan, but as a student as well, you should also have a plan of preparation. And this is very, very essential. Maybe some deviation which may happen here and there, but by and large, you should have a framework of your preparation. And today I'm going to touch upon those areas which are essentially required for a student to plan. The way I have structured as a teacher to teach you, you should also get yourself a structure as a student to learn from it. Let's see how it goes. Now, if we talk about part A in accountancy, so I will take you to this page completely first and then help you understand. Now, if you see here, part accountancy as a subject is divided into three parts: part A, part B, and part C. Now, part A has topics These are the topics which are there. Accounting for partnership firm. It's a very lengthy chapter where our various subtopics are there, and each one of them are essentially important because it is correlated with your subsequent chapters. So it requires a depth understanding on accounting for partnership firm. And then companies. So these are the two important units, particularly when it comes to accounting. So these two units which are essential, which is unit one and unit two, which you should be knowing of. The accounting for partnership firm, considering the time available for the students from now on, means July till 31st March, considering even the revision aspect. So there are close to 36 to 43 hours of teaching which are likely to be there. So 36 to 43 hours of teaching. Teaching, when I say, it is the lecture that we are going to deliver to the students, these many number of hours. There may be slight variation to it, but by and large, it is this. In order to cover up the topic called accounting for partnership firms. So this unit one will take roughly 36 to 43 hours of teaching. Whereas companies account, which is again an in-depth and maybe it is a new understanding for the students. It was not there even a part in 11th. So altogether a new understanding which is required. So there will be 16 to 20 hours of teaching, which is required for me as a teacher to do justice to this particular chapter to help you understand thoroughly. If we see the weightage from your board perspective, 45% of the weightage is given out of total 80 marks. 36 marks weightage is given for unit 1, which is partnership firm. So if you are done with this, 36 marks you are likely to get, because these many questions which are going to be there in your board exam from this particular chapter. Then comes this company account, which is around 24 marks weightage is given out of 80 for company's account, wherein around 16 to 20 hours of teaching required. Now, let me tell you, students, at this stage, if I talk about 43 hours of teaching and 20 to 20 hours of teaching, means roughly 63 hours of teaching these two units. Now, unless you happen to have 3 to 4 times self-learning of the concepts which you happen to learn by a teacher in his class, unless you do 3 to 4 times of self-learning on them, you cannot get a good score in your school board exam. So it is not how much you are taught. What is important is how much you have learned and applied and practiced and practiced and practiced and repeatedly practiced will help you get max out of it. It is not how much of teaching that has been done to you. I hope this is understood. Now, unit 3, if we happen to talk, which is in part B, there are two topics. These are the two topics which are there in part B: financial statement analysis and cash flow. Now, this financial statement analysis precisely incorporates, if you understand, that the decision makers, they do not have the whole lot of accounting. They have some statements given to them for analysis. Now, you being an account student, you should be knowing how the statement is to be read. Not only read, understood. Not only understood, what is the derivation to be presented to the furthermore larger mass, so that the data which is there in financial statement analysis is not only understood but communicated to the furthermore executors. Maybe CXO level has understood certain things, and then it is communicated to the regional level, and then finally it has gone to the branch level, so that executions are done as per the data which is interpreted basis the reports that has been generated, and then it is submitted to the management, and subsequently downflow of message with regard to the corrective steps are taken. Now, why I elaborated this for all of you, that precisely you are going to do if you happen to be into any position in an organization, it is nothing but the analysis of the data which is prepared by accounting processes. And each of the elements mentioned there, it just speaks about very relevant aspect with regard to execution, so that ultimately the organization happens to scale up by improvising the findings that we happen to get in the accounting statement. I hope this is understood. Then cash flow, how the cash is flowing out. So these two important aspects which we are going to understand in unit 3, particularly named as analysis of financial statement. Now, if we look at the marks weightage, so around 12 marks weightage is given to financial statement analysis, the way you happen to read the statement. Unless you have knowledge here, you will be imparted knowledge here, and these knowledge are required to be applied by your reading, understanding ability with the financial statement and cash flow. Whether an organization has a cash crisis or there is a smooth flow of cash, be it liquid cash, or liquid means immediately which is required, or cash which is required for a sustainable period of time. So this is very important for you to understand. It is very much correlated. Learning is one aspect. Here in part way we do lot of learning, part B we do lot of learning, alongside learning we do analysis as well. So it's going to help you even when you happen to take up accountancy as your career, or do not happen to take up accountancy as your career but be into a managerial position in an organization. You should be knowing then the financial statement analysis in order to take some corrective steps, in order to improvise upon the areas of improvements which is required, basis the data, basis the message which is given by the data and communicated by the manager to the down team. I hope this is understood. So I'm trying to emphasize students to make you understand accountancy is not out of the scenario or anything, something which you do not happen to have any practical uses. No, every single day in your managerial position, you are going to experience this, and better the learning, better the productivity you will have. So I will try to help you understand from conceptual perspective alongside the practical perspective, because I have worked in 23 years in corporates. I know how data is to be analyzed and what is the derivation of data, what is the policy formulation as per the data, and then execution of the policy. This wholesomeness which I know practically when it comes to understanding the accounting statement and subsequently deriving the important information and executing them. So I'll touch upon the practical aspects of accounting, not only the theoretical aspects, not only the conceptual, but its application perspective, keeping in mind broadly the way organizations work and make use of these data. I hope this is understood. So we have, as I said, 12 marks weightage and 8 marks of weightage, which is given for your exam. So in totality, if you look at, there are 67 to 83 hours of teaching in order to cover up your uh, 30, 20, 50, 60, 80 marks syllabus, total 80 marks syllabus. This is the syllabus that we are going to cover in around about 80, because this is the only time available. I'll tell you by when I'll finish up what in a short while. Now, part C, which is again application. When we talk about project file, these are not simply a project file for the sake of doing it. I would urge students to take this very seriously, because the learning of this particular thing which you are going to have will be largely expected in your project file and in your Viva, because this is the application aspect of accountancy. And if there is any help which you require, it will be provided, so that you are not only doing well in your 80 marks exam, but as well in your 20 marks. I hope this is clear. Now, let me take you to the next aspect. Now, this is, as I said, that I'll touch upon how I'm going to cover date-wise. So I have planned this chapter 1. It will take roughly 7 to 8 lectures, 8 hours of teaching. It may even go further, little more further. And I have planned that I should be finishing it up by 20th July. So my appeal to all the students, if you really want to study and prepare well accountancy, start now. Don't delay it further. It is already late because you cannot keep it till 31st of March. You should be finishing it up by 31st of January. So this is how it appears. So 20th July or maybe a little more, I'll be touching upon this. Then comes now unit 3. You will see that financial statement of a company, financial statement, and I'll first of all touch unit 2. So 1 and 2, if we look at here, how we are going to cover. So as I said, by 20th July, I'll be covering this. Then 27th July, 2 to 3 lectures for goodwill and its valuation. Then chapter 3, change in profit sharing ratio, how it impacts in a partnership form, 2 to 3 lectures. Admission of a partner, wherein around 7 to 8 hours of teaching, which is required. Retirement, then again 6 to 7 hours, and death of a partner 6 to 7, and dissolution of 6 to 7. Don't go very rigidly by count of lectures. There may be some variation in that, but I have planned that by October I should be finishing up these 7 chapters for 36 to 43 lectures, within which this particular unit and these chapters will get over. So there will be around 45% weightage given to this whole all 7 chapters. Coming to the next unit 2, if we look at here, so there are 2 chapters, accounting for share capital and issue of debentures. So 8 to 10 hours of lecture and 8 to 10 hours in debenture. This will roughly sufficient for the students to prepare. So 16 to 20 in effectively, if you look at both inclusively, 60 to 63 or 65 lectures, we should be able to cover up this roughly 75% weightage of your total uh, subject. Now comes this. So if we see here, financial statement of a company, which is again 4 to 5 lectures, then financial statement analysis, 1 or 2 lectures, accounting ratios, very, very important. All these are important from application perspective. Cash flow statement, tools for financial statement. So here I will take up roughly 15 to 20 hours of teaching in order to prepare you for this particular unit of your preparation. I hope this is understood. Let me now take you to the how it is furthermore divided. So 80 plus hours of teaching, 60 hours of teaching is going to be in your part A, wherein accounting for partnership firm and companies are going to be taken. Then 20 plus hours of lecture in part B, and part C, as per requirement, I'll help you prepare this. So 60 plus 20 hours of teaching for your part A and part B. Let me now go by unit wise. So out of this part A, there are 2 units which happens to come up. Unit 1, which requires around 40 hours of teaching, and unit 2, around 20 hours of teaching. Then part B, again 20 hours of teaching, which covers the to a certain extent application part. And then there is a project preparation which you will be doing of your own, and I'll be helping you. So this is how the unit wise understanding of lesson completion, and what all are there in unit 1, we will touch it here. So accounting for partnership firm, then goodwill, then change in profit sharing ratio, admission, retirement, death, dissolution. So this is the summary of your chapter. Then unit 2, 20 hours. So there are 2 topics or chapters here, accounting for share capital and accounting for debentures. The debentures are long-term capital for the firm. It is in a way an outside liability for the firm. Anyhow, we will understand this in detail. Then Unit 3, financial statement of a company. As I said, how important it is from analysis or application perspective. What is the message of the data that you happen to get here? Financial statement analysis, accounting ratios. Are these ratios standing correct as per the standard, or there is variation in that? We analyze that. Cash flow statement, and then comes tool of financial statement analysis. And this is in project you need to prepare for your file and viva. As if you require a support, I'll certainly help you understand, but the lecture hours not within these, it will be in addition to that. I'll be helping you, but lectures are by and large going to be 60 to 60 80 approx lectures for you to understand. Now, as we, if you happen to delay it furthermore by one more month and start preparing, then the possibility of content lecture may reduce from 80 to maybe 65. So you'll have to cover up. So there will be a speed at which the content is required to be delivered, so that within the time frame, the syllabus gets completed. Now, again, there is a third one. If you, there are some set of students who joins furthermore later, then it will be brushed up like anything, so that somehow students happen to prepare the, cover the syllabus, and there comes the problem. So my appeal to all the students, in case if you think that you need to prepare this particular chapter with all sense of conceptual understanding, with all sense of its interpretation of the data thoroughly, so that these are not only from your board perspective, but it is going to remain with you all throughout, which will help you understand the data in a more effective way and communicate and guide accordingly. Better is to start early so that you can finish better. I hope this is understood. So this is how the summary of the whole all lecture plans here. So 68 to 83, 85 hours of teaching, as I said, we will be doing it. Now, what are the tests and discussions? So how I have planned is that there will be 10 part syllabus test. Part syllabus test means one particular chapter I have covered, there will be one test. Maybe before 31st of January, this is what I'm thinking of. Then again, second chapter, once I have covered, I'll take up one particular test for the second chapter. Then there will be one cumulative test. Maybe if one, two, three chapters covered and three chapters cumulatively will be taken. Then again, there will be a full syllabus test. Now, these are from my side, which I'll be conducting, but you should be taking up your own tests as well by working out unanswered questions. But these are scheduled tests. So 10 part syllabus tests before 31st of January. Then there will be 5 cumulative part syllabus tests before 15th February, and 5 full syllabus tests by 15 to 28th syllabus, 20th February. And furthermore, sample paper, very essential for a discussion. So we will have a thorough discussion of sample paper till 28th of February, so that you are completely ready with your preparation, revision, testing, evaluation, improvisation on the content which you didn't know of it, you will furthermore improvise. Application which you lagged upon, you will by then understand and then improvise upon. So all these cumulatively is going to help you do good in your exam. Now comes parent teacher meeting, because you are being taught here in 1 hour, but you are there at your home for 23 hours out of 24 hours. So it is not something that I alone can push everything, or or even parents alone can do. It is all three of us coming together can help the student achieve his dream. Three of us, when students play their role of learning the way teacher teaches him, parents do keep some kind of supervision, because unless he is sitting with the book, he cannot say that I have studied. So some kind of a monitoring, some kind of an authoritative instruction to be given by the parent to the students. Check mechanism that I follow to help the student, and student has to have a self study. As I said, 3 to 4 times of lecture that he happens to listen. Then all cumulatively can help the students shape up better. Therefore, I have planned this teacher meeting, which is going to be on Google Meet, so that I can have some plain discussions as situations arise as I'm progressing with the chapters, my interaction with the students, what I feel about the improvement area in particular where parent support is required. All these I'll try to touch upon in parent teacher meeting, so that parents are also aware of, and some key actionables they can also take up. I hope this is understood. All right. So these are the parts. Now, as I said, that I appeal to all the students to visit my channel, AKS Commerce Academy, wherein you have access to my teaching. All my pre-recorded teaching is uploaded there for students at large to have access. So there is full course of class 11th. This is there in English. If you require Hindi, make a mention in your comment. Full course of 12th accountancy in Hindi. So far I have recorded. It is not full course. The courses will be fully uploaded in these playlists. So far, it is in the process. So you will, as and when I'm uploading it, the students who have subscribed for the channel will get the notification. My appeal as well for all the students, do subscribe for this channel for all the valuable inputs and essentials I'm going to share with you. You'll get the notification and do not happen to miss them. So this is 11th, 12th. I also would like all the students to fill up this form, which is student inquiry form, so that in case if I happen to see that alongside academics, you also require some furthermore assistance, be it counseling or be it career guidance or be it emotional support, be it support in terms of exclusive chapter, anything which is required, this would be a platform where you can mention this. I'll be certainly happy to help you, as my dream is to help the student reach their dream destination, whatever you would like to become. Filling up this inquiry form, it will help me understand about you furthermore better, so that I can shape up my teaching, guidance, and exclusive requirement, meeting exclusive requirement of a student as well. So this is the link for accessing the student inquiry form. I would suggest you to take a screenshot, type in there on browser. You will be able to have access to this. So I hope this part is clear to you all, and the content that I have tried to bring before you is understood. I thank you all the students and parents who have attended or this session, and appeal that the learning that you happen to get from this discussion, incorporate them in your preparation approach. This will significantly help you. Thank you so very much. Wonderful talking to you.